Hello, my artsy friend. In this video, we'll be covering the chain stitch. Let's dive in.
Starting with our thread, we're going to measure it. I usually go 2 of these, so from the tip of my finger to my elbow, or I go 1 full one to my shoulder. Then I'm just going to knot this. We only need to do it 1 time and go ahead and thread my needle. So this is part of the Stitch Deck. This is the needle and thread that came with it. And we're going to thread that. I'm just going to stick this through the eye of the needle and go ahead and loop that yarn onto the threader and pull it through. Now you might have to give it a good tug, but it's going to come right through, and then we are all set to get started. So I'm starting with a chain stitch. I'm going to come up through the back, and then we're going to go down again right into the same hole. Now I'm going to stay to the right of that thread, and then we're going to come up just a stitch length ahead after we've created that loop and catch that loop, and that is going to secure it in place. And this is the pattern for the chain stitch. So we go down in the same hole, and then we're going to go up a stitch length ahead and catch that loop. And that's it. So I'm going to keep repeating that again, going down in the same hole, creating a loop, and then going forward 1 stitch length to catch that loop. Now this is the traditional method. I'm going to show you 2 other ways to do this chain stitch. One is a little bit faster, and the other one gives you a little bit of a different look with a reverse chain stitch. So I'll speed this up and I will meet you back. And to finish it, we're just going to do a straight stitch. So we just went straight back down. Now, if we are doing the back, I like to do a whipped back stitch. So I'm going to go underneath that, and you're literally just whipping it around. You're going to kind of enclose it. So what was created on the back from our chain stitch is called a back stitch. You can also go backwards. I've seen people do both. I usually just go forward with my needle. Play with it, see what works, but just wrap that around and then you'll be able to cut it off. This is especially nice on your sweaters to keep everything clean and tidy on the back. Now I'll also do it for where I came in. So I'm going to just thread that quickly and tuck that in underneath. Again, we're doing kind of a whipped back stitch effect. So you're just going to go right under those stitches and weave in your yarn to secure it and keep our back nice and tidy. Now let's do our next stitch. So same thing, we're going to come up through the back, we're going to go down in the same hole, but instead of creating a loop this time, we're going to go up that stitch length. So initially go right through and then create our loop. So we're going to make sure that this is looped around and then pull through both. Now you may have to bend the card a little bit or pull a little bit harder, but that will expedite your stitches so much. So we're going to go down again in the same hole, back out a stitch length, then make sure we have our loop and pull that through. Again, we're just going to repeat this the whole way. It's going to look exactly the same as the traditional one. It just helps you go a little bit faster. I find that it helps me space out my stitches a little more evenly too. There's something about that kind of like kebab effect that somehow I'm just able to gauge it a little bit better. So give it a try. Again, we're going to go through 3 different ways. There may be one that works best for you. Go with that one. These are all the same stitch. We're just doing them a little bit different technique for each one. So I'm going to wrap this up. Again, I will end it with a little straight stitch, clean up my back, and I'll meet you for the reverse chain stitch. We have both of those cleaned up on the back. We're going to do a reverse chain stitch. So this one starts up through the back. We're going to go down. We're going to make that straight stitch right away. Now this is kind of a back stitch technique where you're going to come up a stitch length and then go back. So we're going back to loop under that stitch. So we're kind of creating the loop that way and then back down. So like I said, this is a reverse chain stitch, so it's going to look a little bit different. So again, we're going to go up a stitch length and then make our loop under that stitch and then right back down into the same hole. I love this one. This has become my favorite. But again, you need to test all of these just to see which one resonates best with you. So again, we're coming up a stitch length ahead, scooting under that stitch and then right back down into the same hole. And we'll close it the same. We will end with a little straight stitch. Test these out, see which one feels the best. But this is our reverse chain stitch. I find it's a little more fluid for me. It's easier to keep my stitches a little more even. But there's days where I decide to do the fast one and there's times that I do the traditional one. It's better if you know them and can try them out and then see which one feels best to you. I'm going to wrap this up. I would love to hear from you what your favorite version of this is. Find me over on Instagram. I'm at Artsy Lions. I want to hear which one is your favorite. Now we finish it with a back stitch. We're going up ahead and then right back down. That's it. I'll clean up the back. But those are our chain stitch.